Welcome everybody, and thank you everyone for getting up this morning. And come on, we have Renee and I have a brilliant sort of little program for you today. And so I suggest everybody please get a notepad, pencil or pen, and take some notes because there's some pretty enlightening stuff coming up. Okay, so let me just play you a little video to begin with, just to warm everybody up.
Our world is no longer in good health. It is suffering. Ever-increasing levels of air, water, and plastic pollution are creating a menacing chokehold around our quality of life. We are drowning in a sea of waste. Many of us think that there is little we can do to change it. Is that so? As a company, Corsair's mission is to build and develop effective solutions to these threats. Corsair helps the environment by removing plastic waste and then recycling it, by reducing the number of poisonous particles in the air that you breathe daily, and by cleaning our rivers and oceans from toxic pollution. In addition, Corsair aims to reverse climate change and reduce global poverty, helping those in a need. Funded by both private investors and a network of environmentally conscious entrepreneurs called Amplivo, Corsair is here to help save our world. We are asking you to join us and clean our planet from the pollution that is killing it. We are asking you to join the fight so that together we can leave a safer and healthier world to our children and future generations. When we work together, we can make a difference. By being part of the Amplivo network and helping others, you also can earn an income, create wealth, and move towards financial freedom. Interested to know more? We thought so. Let us connect. Corsair, for a cleaner future.
Such a great video that, and all I can say to everybody is please share that with as many people as you can. The whole world should see that video, because really, bottom line is this is what we do. This is what we're all about. Okay, so I'm going to now hand over to Renee, because Renee has got a really exciting, we've been talking about this for a while, and finally we're putting it to fruition. So high performance habits. And we should all sort of tidy up our acts because you need to be like this. So I'm going to hand over to, you'll hear from me a little bit later on, but basically Renee's going to come in now, and I know he's going to do a fantastic job. I've had a wee sneak preview of this and it's absolutely excellent. So welcome Renee, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Roger. And yeah, I have a lot of things put together, and finally we speak a lot of things about this topic also the last couple of weeks, and now we can cover everything about the high performance habits. So let me share my screen, and just can you see my screen, Roger?
Yes, perfect.
All right, so let me put this on. So we have now the Amplivo latest updates, and today I want to give you an update about the high performance habits. And a lot of people are not aware of the habits or that habits exist, but when you change your habits, you can change your life forever. So many people have success in very, very simple way, while other people are struggle and fail to succeed no matter what they do. And maybe you can imagine a lot of people have do that same and figure out that. So what do the others to do that makes them successful that most don't? And that's, I think, the most important question. There are certain habits, and a lot of people are not aware of that habits. And that are the habits they have that others don't have. So we talk about today about some habits. I know there's a lot of habits you can figure out by yourselves, but I think this is the most important habits you can implement it today. So what habits, and that's the main question, what habits can you help you achieve long-term success? And long-term success with Amplivo, no matter your age, your career, your strengths, of your personality. To become a higher performance, you must seek clarity. And I zoom in later on this presentation as well. You must to generate more energy by yourself. You must to raise your necessity. You must increase productivity and demonstrate courage. This is the 5 main topics I want to talk about it. And it's very important. And it's already five words like clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, and courage. So today I will explain more about how you can easily achieve this. And many people feel a gap in between what they want and what they have in the life right now. So by applying these habits, you can actually change your life. And I mean that for sure, because I have a lot of people seen the last couple of years, and a lot of people spoken with these topics also. And I see that a lot of people who have these habits can change the lives. So that won't be happen overnight because it's a skill, it's an exercise. But being aware of this possibility is already a step in a good direction. And change your habits and you can change your life forever. So let's start with what doesn't work so good. And I think that the answer will surprise you, really surprise you, because a lot of people are doing this. It's not wrong, but on the other hand, there are more habits that work very well. So one of the things people are doing right now is they work hard. And I mean, really hard. I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people working 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 5 days in a week, 7 days in a week. And they really work hard. They are really passionate what they are doing. And they focus on the strength. They practice a lot, stick to it, and they are grateful. But on the other hand, it doesn't work. So no doubt, this is popular, positive, and useful advice. Yet there are always people who are not successful despite these things. So I have done this too. I have, but it's more and more years ago. I think more than 20 years ago. I'm already involved in the network marketing business for over more than 15 years and work for myself for more than 20 years already. I have done this too. I have worked very hard, pursued high goals, but often at the end, I was really tired, I was frustrating, and still hadn't not reached my goals. And that's really frustrating again. So I realized that the problem was in the way I did the things. And there were certain habits that I had to make my own. And that's the point many years ago that I realized that when I do the things I already done, I get the things I already have. So when I change my habits, I really see another things happen in my life. And that's what I want to share you today. With the right habits, anyone can dramatically increase the results and to become a high performance in almost any field. And especially for us as an Amplivo influencer, when you change your habits, you change your life forever, and you change also the results and the success in Amplivo. So the first habit is clarity. If you want to reach higher levels of performance in anything you do, you must consistently do the following. Seek clarity on who you want to be. That's very important. I see a lot of people don't want to who they are. So they do something, what else? I don't know, but they have no idea, no clarity of who they want to be. Also very important is how you want to interact with others. And that's related to the first question. When you exactly know who you want to be, it's more likely and more better that you can be interacted with others in a good way. This is also a very good question, and I know that a lot of people in this call, I have asked these questions. What do you want? What is your goal? What do you want in life? And that's a very, very difficult question. A lot of people are struggling with that, but it's a very, very good question. And keep in mind in that, what do you want? What will bring you the greatest meaning in your life? It's just 4 questions, but very, very important questions to seek on your clarity. As every project and major initiative begins, you ask questions such as, what kind of person do I want to be while I'm doing this? For me, example, I am an influencer, an Amplivo influencer. So what kind of person I am an Amplivo influencer. So this is also very interesting. How should I treat others? Roger, can you explain something about this topic? I like that.
Most certainly. I always say, and Renee and I have discussed this with lots of people in the past. How should you treat others? You should treat others as you would expect to be treated. And that is the biggest point is in there. If you let's face it, if you want to be treated by respect, you must treat other people with respect, totally and utterly. And that's the best place to be in. There's no point in being if you're going to be at a higher level and just look down on people, that's never going to work. You have to treat people as you would expect to be treated. So without that, I'm going to pass back to Renee.
So the other question is, what are my intentions and objectives? That's also very, very important. And what can I focus on that will bring me a sense of connection or fulfillment? These questions, and just make notes on that, is very important, where you can change your life, you can change your habits as well. So these questions are very, very important. So high performance ask these questions not only at the beginning, but constantly throughout. They don't just get clarity. It's impossible that you wake up tomorrow and suddenly you have clarity. You must work on that once and develop a mission statement that lasts the test of time. They consistently seek clarity, and again as time changes and as they take a new project or enter new social situations. This kind of routine, self-monitoring, is one of the hallmarks of their success. They consistently seeking the new clarity. And when you practice something, you can be even better and better and better. So related to what we do to tackle the plastic problem is to be an Amplivo influencer. And when you are standing in that energy, I am an Amplivo influencer, instead of, I do something in plastic. No, you are an Amplivo influencer. And that is very beautiful, because we have a very beautiful task on that. So this picture, I love this. This is a kind of influencer, be the example. So when I personally decided to be an influencer and make the necessary change on Earth and make people aware of the plastic waste problem, it was clear for me personally what I want to be: an Amplivo influencer. Make this world better. I found that high performance also regularly ask themselves a few primary questions right before interacting with people. And they ask questions like this: how can I be personally a good person or an Amplivo leader in this upcoming opportunity, like the CSR plastic credits and plastic solutions? How can I be a good leader on that? What will the other person, the new influencer, need they help to subscribe somebody, to buy a package, to purchase new CSR plastic credits? Do they want to help to figure out all the things in the back office? How do they can connect with the Telegram as well? How can they involved in the business presentations? What will the other person, the new influencer, need? What kind of mood of tone do I want to set? It's very important, and I want to figure out, to tell you more in the later slides as well, is that when you go to a new influencer and you are bad or negative or complaining, yeah, that's different. But when you have a good mood and a good tone and you help your influencer as well, that brings also the very good energy to a new influencer. So the most important words for a high performance like this way is thoughtful, appreciative, respectful, open, honest, empathic, loving, caring, kind, present, and fair. So let's stop waiting for a better world. Let's start working on it together. And what is apparent across all high performance is that they anticipate positive social interactions. That's also very, very important. So the second habit, and I like this habit as well, is energy. And I don't mean the electrical energy, but generate energy is very important so that you can maintain focus, have the effort and well-being, and to stay on your A plan and not on your B plan and C plan and D plan, and E plan, F plan, all the letters of the alphabet. No, stick to the plan. You need to actively care for mental stamina, physical energy, and positive emotions in a very, very specific way. What will I mean by energy is that I mean by energy the full spectrum of your mental, the emotional, and physical energy. And we have also a very beautiful talk on that topic as well, Roger. Stick to the plan. Maybe you can something tell about that. I like that.
Okay, sorry, he's putting me on the spot here. No problem. You know, stick to the plan, guys. Don't ever, ever, ever step away from it. You know, there's so much company material out there. And you know, don't deviate from that. You know, don't try and distort the truth. You know, just say it as it is and as you've been provided. You know, you don't need to try and reinvent the wheel. You know, if you try and reinvent the wheel, you're going to run into problems. And never, ever, ever overqualify anything. If you've been given parameters by the company, don't overqualify that. If you do, it's only going to wind you up in an awful lot of hot water. And, you know, and it doesn't, because it backfires on you eventually, and then it makes you look bad. You know, the point is, you know, it's the old story. If you're pointing fingers, you know, there's always 3 or 4 pointing back at you. So you've got to be a little bit careful, you know, what you do. Just present it as it is. There's so many tools in there, you don't need to change. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Roger. And I like that interaction between us. And we have a lot of conversations about this topic. So thank you for that. Low energy correlates with lower high performance scores. So that means that when you have a lower rate in energy, the lower you overall in your happiness, the lower your enthusiasm for taking on challenges. When you have a low energy and you have a challenge, it's really, really tough. But when your energy is high and you have a challenge, you think, yes, I go for that challenge. I like that. So the lower your actions, that's also when you have no energy, the lower your actions. And sometimes have persons do nothing about it. So the lower your perception of your own success. And that's also very important. And when you have low energy, the lower your confidence in the face of adversity. And the lower the degree of influence you have with others. And the lower the likelihood that you eat well, not eat well, and exercise. So it's very important that you must raise your energy. So low energy not only hurts your ability to reach high performance overall, unfortunately, it pervades all aspects of your life. So when you are in that set, you go a negative spiral down, and in a moment you are completely out, tired, and you have no energy to do anything about it. So you feel less happy, you don't take action on the big challenges, you're feeling as everyone is passing you by, your confidence tanks, you eat worse, you get fatter, you struggle to get people to believe in you, buy from you, follow you, support you. But of course, the flip side also applies. Increase your energy and you improve all those factors as well. So that's very beautiful. There are some things you can do to speed up your energy level. I like this. I like this kind of things, because a lot of people are not aware of this opportunity. This is one of the secrets, and I mean that for sure. A lot of people see my daily tasks doing, and they figure out how can you do such a mass of things in such a short way. How do you do that? And this is one of my tricks, is that master your transitions. So the question is, what is a transition? A transition is that you are in sleeping state, you wake up and you start your day. That means that is a transition. Another transition is that you're in a home thinking base, and then you drive to your work. So you do another thing. That's a transition. When you open your car door, you're not the driver anymore. You walk into the office and you're an employee. That's a transition. Making a presentation and after that reading your emails is also a transition. You are going from your creative mind and mode to an email mind and mode. So that's a transition. The workday ends, you hop back in your car and head to the gym. More transitions. So that are a lot of transitions you're doing during your day. And a lot of people are not aware of that topic as well. And they do such a lot of things together and don't have to focus on that. And we have also discussed it, Roger, with the topic as well. And what you said this morning was also very good. Maybe you want to say something about this topic as well.
We talked about a lot of topics. Which topic would you like me to talk about?
The transitions that a lot of people are not aware, and that's
people are not aware, very much so. How many people are not, how many people have driven somewhere and haven't got a clue how they got there? Put your hands up, because your head's been somewhere else. You've driven there, you've seen scenery past you and that sort of thing, but you've got to a destination and you haven't got a clue how the hell you got there. And that's true, and that's from people, and that is just another transition, and it happens to all of us. But you've got to remember, and a lot of things that Renee is saying here, and I'm just going off track here a little bit, but it's all to do with relevance. You have to learn to be able to pick yourself up and dust yourself off as well. Definitely, because it can be a real sod, because if you get a rejection, no one likes rejection. Everyone hates it, but I can tell you now, I know a few people on here that, like for instance, John Bruckles, Renee, myself, you wouldn't believe how many rejections we have had, and we still stay positive. So you've got to just be able to pick yourself up, dust yourself down and move it. But that's just a transition as well. Everything in your life is just a transition. But just remember that just because you got to a destination, you haven't got a bloody clue how the hell you got there. That doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean to say you're going crazy. It just means your mind was somewhere else. So just remember how to channel that. Okay, Renee.
Yeah, thank you very much. And these transitions are immensely valuable, immensely. And just think about the powerful space of freedom between the activities. That's very important. Remember the powerful space and freedom between these activities. And it is in the space that you discover your greatest restorer and amplifier of your energy. Remember that. So I am personally convinced that if we can get to change the way you shift from one activity to the next, we can revitalize your life. What I do, I take my time between these activities and take just 2 minutes to set an intention and remember what kind of activity I had before. I end that because I want to record it on the right way in my personal computer, and then give my intention to the next activity. And that's why I have my focus completely. And a lot of people are doing the next activity and remember the activity they have already passed on. And that's why Roger just said is that everything goes through. But when you think about the space in between the activities, you can release and you can release and you can fire up the next activity. So also another thing to increase your energy is bring the joy. You might recall that joy is one of the 3 defining positive emotions in the high performance experience. Joy, be happy. So that's why I suggest, like Roger, that's why I suggest that if you decide to set one intention that will raise your energy and change your life more than any other, bring also more joy into that intention. I want to do a presentation. I want to do a presentation. I like that. And so that's what I'm doing. If you feel joy, your mind, your body, and your emotional reality all gets a lift. This is also a very, very important thing, and a lot of people are aware, but I want to tell a little secret on that, is that everybody knows that when you eat healthier foods, sleep a few hours longer, take a break, walk into the nature, and you get fit. It's very important. But on the other hand, what a lot of people don't know is exercise increase production of your brain neurotropic, difficult word, factor, or the BDNF. And the BDNF causes new neurons to grow in your hippocampus and other areas in your brain. And that creates increasing plasticity and the ability to learn faster. And that's the goal. You learn faster, you remember more, and improve overall brain function. This is a huge point that too many miss. And they go to the gym to get more muscles and something like that. But when you understand that when you eat healthier, sleep a few hours longer, what I'm normally doing, I work for 4 or 5 hours, then take a break for 1 hour. I do meditate for 1 hour and then work again for 4 or 5 hours. Normally in between 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But that moment, that's just 1 hour, is for me very important. Also, good food. And sometimes I sleep a few hours longer because I need it. And that's why you can keep up your mind clear. And this is one of the, I think, a huge point that a lot of people missed out. Because it increases your energy, exercise also enables you to perform general tasks faster and more efficiently. It boosts your working memories, elevates your moods, increase your attention, and make you more alert, and in which increase overall your total performance, your high performance. So number 3 is raise necessity. Raise the necessity for exceptional performance. This means actively tapping into the reasons you absolutely must performing well. This necessity is based on the mix of your internal standards, like your identity, your beliefs, your values, your expectations, your demands, competition, and your deadlines. Very, very important. It's about always knowing your why and stoking that fire so you feel needed drive and pressure to get it done. What's your why? What's your why? And I like this picture. This is, you can Google on that, success kit. I like that picture. And every time when I see this picture, I get the energy. That's my why. So what is my why? What is my necessity? It's to help the earth from the plastic pollution, to help people and companies to become plastic neutral, to connect 100,000 people with every single country, to connect the CSR merchants. It's my mission. It's a must. That's my necessity. Difficult word. This is why I wake every morning. I just who I am. I am who I am. I can't imagine doing something else. That's my mind. Every time I wake up, I'm thinking on plastic. I dream on plastic. This is what I was made to do. This is my mission, to help the people, to help the earth, to clean up the mess. People, the earth The animals need me now. They're counting on me. That's my mindset. And business related, I can't miss this opportunity. We are now at the beginning of such an opportunity. You cannot miss this opportunity. Otherwise, if you don't do this now, you regret it forever. And I think that nobody wants to regret that you look at the period we are right now and 2 years later, and like the Bitcoin phase. I mean, you can buy the Bitcoin in that time for 10 cents. Can you imagine that? So don't regret. We are now with Amplivo on a time in space that we just at the beginning of an expansion, of an exponential growth. It's very, very important. I feel personally a deep emotional drive and commitment to succeed, and in consistently focus me to work hard, stay disciplined, and push myself every single day forward. And I hope I can inspire you with this topic as well, is that push yourself to the next level. When this emotional drive of necessity doesn't exist, no tactic, no tool or strategy can help you. I mean that. And that's very important. Number 4, increase productivity. It's just not happening fast enough. That's when I spoke to a lot of people in my team as well, a lot of people thinking that they can start today as an Amplivo influencer and being done everything and a millionaire in just 1 year. It's just not happening fast enough. That's one thing. And I also see that a lot of people are struggling with this. One of the worst feelings in the world is to be incredibly busy, doing your job, inviting people for the business presentations, but feel that you are not making progress. You are fighting for the good, but nothing happened. Inviting new people into the business presentations seems to take time forever. And I have also struggled with that. But when you change your habits, it's going to be more easier and easier and easier. So keep that in mind. And this is what I hear for a lot of people. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always fail. I can't do this. You can, but you must change your habits, and then you have another outcome. So most of us has that feeling, and at some point they fail and they look for a new business opportunity and start over and over again. And in the meanwhile, when you look back in 10 years, you have reached nothing. So the key element is not only focus on the quality output in the area. This is one of the keys. This is also one of the keys, is not only focus on the quality output in the area in which you want to be known and to drive the impact. You also have to minimize distractions. And that's very important. Minimize the distractions that steal your attention from your goal. These are the most important elements, and put it down in a note, is that they don't know these 5 moves, but these 5 moves brings you the productivity you need. The first one, and that's very really important, and a lot of people are now laughing out about this thing, decide what you want. And I tell it a lot of people, what do you want? If you don't want in life, it's very difficult to go the direction you want. So decide what you want. Avoid negative people holding you back. 3, minimize distractions. Be aware of what kind of distractions you have in your life. Minimize them. Start activities in line with your goal. When you exactly know what you are doing, we are an Amplivo influencer, and I know exactly every single day I search for new people, to help new teams, do the presentations, set up everything, etc., etc. Prepare for these presentations, for example. It cost me just 8 hours to bring all the stuff together in this presentation as well. But that is one of my activity in line with my goal to help you to succeed, so that we can work together as a team. And this is very important. Step 5, focus 60% of your time with doing these activities. A lot of people are focused on 60% of activities not in line with the goal. So that means that you get less reactions on that. So focus 60% of your time doing these activities. Habit 5, and that's the last one, demonstrate courage. And I think that this is the most important topic of today. And most of the other high performance habits are under your direct personal control. You choose to seek clarity. The level of energy you feel is largely under your command. It depends what you are doing with that. How successful you are with your productive output is up to you. And it's very important. This is a very good formula. Productivity is equal output, input. What about courage? A lot of people are not aware of the courage. High performance are courageous people. And data shows that courage is significantly correlated with high performance. In fact, the higher your courage scores, they scores better than the other first 4 performance as well. This means that individuals who have developed greater courage in life is also tend to have more clarity, energy, necessity, and productivity. So it's very important that you increase your courage. Courage can revolutionize your life. Speak up for myself or speak for yourself, even when it's hard. What do you want? Say it to another. Respond quickly to life changes and emergencies rather than avoid them. Take action despite feeling fear. Don't feel that. I have the courage to express who I really am. Very important. Even if you know it was right things to do, it would not help someone if it means I would be judged, ridiculed, or threatened. So take that responsibility also. Rarely act outside my comfort zone. And this is also very important that a lot of people are staying in the comfort zone. When you want to increase your courage, it's very, very, very important that you go outside of your comfort zone as well. And high performance, taking action despite fear, much more than others do. I have also fear. In the beginning, it's for me very, very difficult to speak to other people. Just start a conversation. It was more easy in that time, and I speak for more than 20 years ago, it was more easier to silence and not speak to other people because I'm in my comfort zone. But when I started to make a conversation with other people, I figured out that it was not difficult. It was not fair. It was very easy to speak with other people as well. So the other question is, why do some people have more courage than others? The people who are more likely to self-report at high levels of courage are those. They love mastering challenges. So there is a challenge. I love it because I know that every challenge is an opportunity to make me better. This is also a very, very important topic. And perceive themselves as confident, perceive themselves as in high performance, perceive themselves as more successful than the peers and are happy with the life overall. And that's related to all the other topics in high performance. Courage is more like a skill, and that is the point. It's more like a skill. So that means that everybody can learn this skill. And once you understand and demonstrate it more consistently, you see more and more changes coming into your life. So it's very, very important as well. So overall, you can say that this is like an eagle mentality. And I want to share a very, very, very good video with you about the eagle. Are you an eagle?
Don't be a parrot in life. A parrot talks way too much, but can't fly high. But an eagle is silent and has the willpower to touch the sky. Here's the 7 mentalities that we can learn from an eagle. Number 1, eagles fly alone at high altitude. Eagles don't fly with sparrows, ravens, and other small birds, meaning stay away from narrow-minded people, those that bring you down. Eagles fly with eagles. There's a saying that goes like this: people you hang around will eventually determine the person you become. Keep good company. Number 2, eagles have vision. They have the ability to focus on something as far as 5 kilometers away. No matter what the obstacles, the eagle will not move his focus from the prey until he grabs it. Meaning, have a vision and remain focused in your life. No matter what the obstacles and challenges you may face, don't give up and you will succeed. Number 3, eagles are fearless. An eagle will never surrender to the size or strength of its prey. It will always give a fight to win its prey or regain its territory, meaning no matter what the size or big your problems are, don't give up. Instead, face it. Successful people are fearless. They face problems head on. Number 4, eagles are tenacious. Eagles love storm. When clouds gather, the eagles get excited. The eagles use the storm wind to lift themselves higher. Once it finds the wind of the storm, the eagles use the raging storm to lift itself above the clouds. This gives the eagle the opportunity to glide and rest its wings. In the meantime, all the other birds hide in the branches and leaves of the tree, meaning achievers are not afraid of challenges. Rather, they relish in them and use them for profitability. Number 5, eagles never eat dead things. Eagles never eat dead meat. In other words, an eagle does not scavenge. It only eats the meat from the prey it kills itself. Meaning, do not rely on your past success. Keep looking for new frontiers to conquer. Leave your past where it belongs, in the past. Number 6, eagles prepare for training. They remove the feather in the soft grass in the nest so that the young ones get uncomfortable in preparation for flying. And eventually, they fly when it becomes too unbearable to stay in the nest. Meaning, leave your comfort zone. There is no growth there. Last but not least, number 7, eagles possess vitality. When the eagle grows old, his feathers become weak and cannot take him as fast and as high as it should. This makes him weak and could make him die, so he retires to a place far away in the mountains. And while there, he plucks out the weak feathers in his body and breaks his beak and his claws against the rocks until he is completely bare. A very bloody and painful process. Then he stays in his hiding place until he has grown new feathers, new beaks and claws, and then comes out flying higher than ever before. Meaning, we occasionally need to shed off old habits, no matter how difficult. Things that burden us or add no value to our lives should be let go of. Thanks for watching this video.
Thanks for watching this video. It's very, very good. Just as the universe doesn't become less complex, life doesn't tend to get easy as well. So, but you get stronger. And you learn to show up more, better handling the situation and be truer and more consciousness and make the adjustment and hardship. Soon, the obstacles do begin seems to be smaller, and the path seems more and more your own. So no matter what happens, trust in yourself and lean forward. And the next level opens after your next courage steps. And more of those steps, you will look back with self-respect. And I love this picture as well. As I look back at the years, I regret nothing, because even the stress and pain I went through taught me how strong I really am. I am blessed with good friends who care, but most importantly, I have my self-respect. 2022 will be a better year because I am a better person. Make a consciousness effort to surround yourself with positive, nourishing and uplifting people who believe in you, encourage you to go after your dreams and celebrate your victories. Seek clarity, generate energy, raise necessity, increase productivity, demonstrate courage. And all these habits that you need to adopt if you want to improve your high performance in any situation, especially for us as Amplivo influencer. I will thank you very much to join this presentation and hand over to you, Roger.
Thanks, Vinay. That was excellent. Right, it was absolutely superb. I love the video as well. Right, what I just wanted to say is I challenge each and every one of you. Hop out, jump out, whatever your comfort zone today. It's a scary place. Believe me, it's a scary place. But hop out. And the more times you do it, the first time you do it, bit scary. You get all shaky and that sort of thing, and your stomach will be going, but it's fine. You'll do great. Okay, but the more times you do it, the easier it becomes, until it's a point where being outside your comfort zone is far better than being inside. Outside's better than inside. Trust me. A bit like going for a walk in the forest. So last but not least, I just wanted to share with you a little video here. It's about 10 minutes and then we'll wrap this up. But it's Go Hard Mindset 2020, 21, and let's go into 22 as well. Now, this is high performance lessons from billionaire Dan Penner. This guy's made billions. You got to listen to them.
Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Ted Turner. Success leaves clues, kids. I just named 5 of the greatest names in business in the last 150 years. And they all have one thing in common. They're ball busters. They're hard as nails. Where does that leave you? I still work 50, 60 hours a week. And I haven't had to work in 35 years. You're not willing to do anything. You're not willing to sacrifice anything to be a high-performance person.
I don't want to be like Dad.
No, most people don't.
I want to be liked.
Yeah, well, see, you want to fit in. I'm the only speaker that you're ever going to hear that really, with all his heart, doesn't give a shit. If I leave here you liking me, I did something wrong.
If we would like to improve the quality of our lives, personally and professionally, what would be your advice? What can we do? What is most important?
Well, the most important thing is self-esteem. The people that we read about, the people that we admire, the Elon Musks, the Steve Jobs, the Warren Buffetts, etc., all have one thing in common. They have extremely high self-esteem. Of course, you've heard me say this before, self-esteem is built the first 7 or 8 years of life. And unfortunately, we're with our parents the first 7 or 8 years of life. Ergo, we don't have too much high self-esteem. But to build high self-esteem, and the way you build high self-esteem, if you're 25, 35, or 45, is to be around, surround yourself with other people that have high self-esteem. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And so you can reverse your childhood by who you associate with.
How do you do that?
Well, you find people that are where you want to be, but they're already there. You're 22 years old, you're 32, you're 41 years old, and there's a guy or a gal who's 45 years old who is where you want to be. They've accomplished a lot of things. If you're into, they're saving the world, they're using their money for good causes, go associate with those people, be around those people. And they're easy to find, but they're not going to knock on your door. They're not going to come to your apartment or your flat and ask you, oh, can I help you? And the best tool I've ever seen, it's like it was designed for this, is LinkedIn. It's the best social media tool for what we're discussing. And you can find these people. Now just remember, everybody that's on LinkedIn, all the, I don't know, 20 million or whatever people that are on LinkedIn are all there for one reason. They're there because they want to do business, they want to meet people. Unlike some of the other social medias like Facebook or Twitter. But I mean, LinkedIn, they're there for a common purpose. They have a common bond. They have a common goal. They want to expand their horizons, and it's a great tool. I had self-esteem. I didn't know till I got grown up and was an adult that everybody didn't have self-esteem. I didn't understand that. I didn't realize that everybody didn't have self-confidence. I didn't realize that everybody didn't have self-worth. Gallup did a poll in 2016, worldwide, 87.6% of all the people on the planet, we'll just round it off, 87% of everybody that walks the face of the earth, 7.65 billion people, are unhappy. The high-performance people, the one thing that they all have in common is they're hungry. Hungry for a better life. Hungry for change. Hungry for the tough love their parents didn't give them.
So is that what it needs? You have to be hungry, you need to feel the pain?
Growth only comes through pain. No pain, no gain. It's the same in life. If love got the job done, you wouldn't need podcasts, you wouldn't need seminars. It doesn't. Tough love gets the job done. But being liked doesn't get you a raise when you're working for wherever you're working for. Efficiency, accountability. Most people that come to seminars are there because they weren't held accountable when they were growing up.
What is your definition of a high-performance person?
Being all that you can be every day. 24/7, 365, being all you can be. I asked the question a couple days ago, how many of you can raise your hand, but how many of you have kids? Don't raise your hand now. How many of you would like to have your kids grow up just like your parents? You know the answer, don't you? Close to zero. Because they were shitty role models. Now, I'm not going to ask the second question. How many of you would like your kids to grow up and be like you? But being a high-performance person is a full-time job. I'm like this when I wake up in the morning to brush my teeth. I'm like this when I brush my teeth before I go to sleep. I'm like this 24/7, 365, and I've been like this for the better part of 50 years. I'm always like this. I'm always pushing the edge of the envelope. But the sun is going to gobble up the earth in about between 7 and 11 billion years. Although I'm planning on living a long time, I'm not going to live quite that long. But just work hard. I don't know any other thing than hard work. And hard work is out of favor now. It just is. But I'm a dying breed. I'm a Neanderthal. I understand that. I'm sad to say that because I know it's a sad commentary for the human race. Because you're not willing to make any sacrifices to be high performance. I still work 50, 60, I don't consider it work. I still work 50, 60 hours a week. And I haven't had to work in 35 years. So the bottom line, you're not willing to do anything. You're not willing to sacrifice anything to be a high performance person. It sounds strange in hindsight. I found making $450 million easy. Easy. And I wanted to do something more with my life. And so when I got into the financial coaching, I wanted to change the fabric of financial coaching, which I have. And I wanted to be known as the, and now that's what they call me, the greatest of all time. But this was just me flapping my mouth 25 years ago. Now I am the greatest of all time, vis-a-vis creating wealth through people like yourselves. And I wanted to leave that legacy. And I wanted people, like I'm from the barrio, I'm a real rough background, been in jail 5 times, did a lot of ugly things. But I'm glad it happened to me because I know what the other side, like some of you have never been kicked in the teeth. I know what it is to be kicked in the teeth and my teeth be on the pavement. I know what that feels like. I know the humiliation. Forget the pain, you get over the pain. I wanted the poor kids to understand that they had a methodology, there was a methodology used by one of them that was once poor and got in a lot of trouble. You can do it if you want to do it bad enough. The operative part of that little description is if you want it bad enough. Muhammad Ali, arguably one of the greatest fighters ever, he was talking shit since he's 14, 15 years old, I'm the greatest. Before he ever had a professional fight. My father said, if you've got something in your mind, it should come out of your lips. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And you've been taught all your life not to ask. You've been trained, keep your head down, don't embarrass yourself, don't embarrass the family, don't say things that may not happen. And I do just the opposite. I tell you to set goals beyond your lifetime. I tell you to set goals as soon as humanly possible. When kids come to me, they want to make 1 million, 10 million, you know, and then when they've made 100 million, they say, Mr. Pena, we would have never, ever dreamt that we could create 100 million until we met you. You will never exceed your highest expectation. You will never exceed your highest, craziest thought. Never. That's a guarantee. But I mean, kids, I mean, you can have whatever you want.
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. He's a pretty explosive guy there. Now, all I can say to you is it's a bit like, don't get left behind at the bus stop. If the Corsair bus comes along, get on board and come by, because there's one hell of a ride. You know, you might say, oh yeah, but you were there at the beginning. Hey, listen, guys, it was tough at the beginning. We had nothing. Now we've got everything. There's new stuff coming every day. You know, so all I can say to you is get on the bus and come on for one hell of a ride. So thank you very much for listening to Renee and myself today. I hope you got some benefits from that. And this will be this has been recorded and it will be up on YouTube, and we'll make it available as soon as possible. So thank you very much. Thank you, Renee. Have you got anything to say?
No, that last video was absolutely brilliant, and I want to search that on YouTube and wants to see that every single day. I like that. So thank you very much, Roger.
I can send the link on that. That's no problem. But it's easy. But it's going to be in here, and I think it would be quite cool if you could share the link of the Eagle as well. That could be quite cool.
Yeah, I will send that to you as well, so that you can put it in the description. Yeah, thank you very much.
Put it into the channels, and then we'll be fine. You know, we'll put it up on the YouTube channels.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, guys. We've had a blast today. Absolutely loved it. And good to see you all. And have a great Sunday. Have a fantastic Sunday. Just remember one thing. I challenge each and every one of you. Go out and step outside your comfort zone today. Go on, do it. It's fun. See you later. Bye-bye.